Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. Today we have the Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause. And this is pretty much, I think, where Tim Allen pretty much escaped the franchise. I don't think there's any further films. If there were, they were like TV movies or whatever. But this is his trilogy, and this is the capper. At this point, I didn't see Santa Claus 2 yet. We watched Santa Claus original a couple months ago, and was it weeks? I don't know. But in this case here, we have Santa Claus 3. We skipped right over to, and he's married to, what's her name? Elizabeth? Come on. Where are you? Come on, I scrolled down too far. Elizabeth Mitchell from Lost. You'll recognize her from Lost, and God knows how many other things she's been in. But Elizabeth Mitchell, this is 2006, by the way. It's an hour and 33 minutes long. This is probably just before she joined the cast of Lost, because I think she only showed up in season 3, and Lost started in 2004. So, yeah, this might be her big movie thing. And I'm assuming she was in 2, because he's married to her, and at the very beginning of this movie, she is super pregnant. She's had a few false alarms, and we start out the film with her having another false alarm. She's, very pregnant. So, Santa's having a baby, which is weird. But it's hardly the main point of the thing. The story is about Santa overworking himself and pretty much neglecting his family. It's a bit of a conflict. He's doing his job for every other family in the world, but he can't seem to get his stuff together with his own family. Again, it's not even a major plot point. It's still just a plot point. It's in there. It doesn't even have anything to do with the main story or the main crux of the Santa Claus. Again, with an E at the end. Santa Claus is what got him, the legal jargon that got him into the job of Santa Claus when the previous Santa died on his front lawn. I'm assuming. Again, I don't recall. He falls off a roof and then he disappears, Obi-Wan, from his outfit. And does he join the Force? The Santa Force or something? Does he go back to a normal life after this? I mean, just one fall off the roof and suddenly somebody else gets the job? I mean, the only thing I can think of is that Santa Claus died. So if Tim Allen died, then he'd just disappear. Everybody else would be like, hey, what happened to Tim Allen? And all of his family and friends are just like, oh, well, I guess we all got kicked out of the North Pole suddenly. These little logic things don't seem to be addressed at all in this, except we do get a bit of a Back to the Future 2 vibe out of this, along with everything else that's coming up here, with her about to have the baby and Christmas on the way, and they're worried that both delivery times are going to happen at the same time. Yes, that term is used. They bring together a council of different iconic figures. Mother Nature, by the way, I need to make sure I get her name right, please. Oh, there we go. Aisha Tyler, yeah. Aisha Tyler plays absolutely stunning Mother Earth in this. Peter Boyle plays Father Time. By the way, this is chock full of known guest appearances, actors and everything. Judge Reinhold is back again as the kind of not loopy, but he's got all sorts of special jargon for love and therapy. So, love and therapy. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. Spencer Breslin shows up as Santa's a sort of apprentice kind of thing. His little sister, Abigail, which she's been in Zombieland and everything else, Little Miss Sunshine, when she was really young, she makes an appearance at the beginning and end of the film as just one of the elves in training. This is probably probably a little after Little Miss Sunshine, and she kind of makes her a bit of a reunion, even though they don't share a scene with Alan Arkin. He played her grandpa in Little Miss Sunshine. He plays Scott, aka Santa's father-in-law, and he's married to, what can I say, is Ann-Margaret. At one point, they ask if she sings. Yeah, it's just funny. Let's see who else. Who else do we have in here? Kevin Pollak plays Cupid. Oh, Michael Dorn plays Sandman. Worf appears in this. Jeez, there's just so many. But of course, the big guest star, and this is Martin Short, Martin Short playing Jack Frost. He's sort of trying to outshine Santa this holiday season, and the councils come together to kind of censure him and say, hey, bad, you're not supposed to, this is Santa's holiday season, you're not supposed to mess with his stuff. And he's just like, okay, I'll fall in line, make me, train me, make me, help me try to do better, Santa. And it's really his way to get on the inside with Santa so he can take his place. He knows of a special trick, and yes, there's a little bit of a undoing the Santa Claus, let's just say that. The escape clause, how to get out of it. It's, and of course, you get to see what happened if Tim Allen never became Santa Claus, or Scott never became Santa Claus. And you see Jack Frost, sort of take over the role. It's, Martin Short overacts everything he's in, and that is not an insult at all. He is the king of the bombastic acting role, and so he's perfect as Santa's rival. Santa's a little bit more buttoned down. Yes, he's there's still a Home Improvement reference in this one, just like the first one, because that's the thing that made Tim Allen. It's since Santa is sort of distracted and so sort of reserved, trying to keep his cool, trying to keep everything together, and he's pretty positive despite all this, even though he's kind of neglecting his family. By the way, the reason why he's neglecting his family is because he actually brings them to the North Pole. Now, his ex and their kids and Judge Reinhold, they know all about his Santa identity. And so they've been wishing and hoping for a chance to maybe get away up there. I know he goes back to America to get his wife's parents, which, like I said, Ann-Margaret and Alan Arkin. When his ex's family finds out about it, they're like, hey, can we come along? And so they weasel their way into coming along. And so everybody's there. They have to pretend that it's not the North Pole because her parents don't know that he's Santa, and they just think he's a toy maker up in Canada. Well, guess what? They turn the North Pole into Canada. A couple flags, couple elves saying A, and it's Canada. And that's a kind of a funny recurring bit throughout. So it's nothing hugely story-wise, nothing that you're not expecting to see. If they say, oh, what would happen if they could undo him ever being Santa? Well, guess what? That's going to happen at some point. And of course, that he's going to get back from losing that title. There is, like I said, there's a little bit of a Back to the Future 2 sequence where he sees himself from the first film. They use footage from the first film, mix themselves into the foreground of certain shots or the background of certain shots, so you can see two Tim Allens at the same time, just like Marty McFly at the Under the Sea dance at the high school, trying to prevent himself from being killed. It's fun, it's cute, it's a Santa Claus movie. Like I said, I'm not a huge Tim Allen fan beyond Buzz Lightyear and Galaxy Quest, of course. Is that a Fox film? I'm feeling that it's a Fox film that should be showing up on Disney Plus at some point. I don't know if it is. I could be completely wrong. It might be Universal. I have no idea. Anyway, it's if you're wanting to watch something a little bit unusual in August, not at Christmas time, well, here you go. We're prepping for Christmas in August. Give it a watch. Maybe just go through the entire trilogy and crank up the air conditioning and just make it make it Christmas time already. See if we can skip past all the mess we're about to get into in the coming months. Yeah, I wish I could tell you. I want to go through all these. Oh, by the way, the key character in this, I could go down the list of everybody that's in this, but one of the key characters in this is his daughter, I guess, from his first marriage, or maybe it's not his daughter, it's uncle. She calls him uncle, so maybe it's a child that his ex-wife has with Judge Reinhold. She's, I don't know, 12 now or something like that. I have no idea, but she's her name is Lucy, and she plays an important part. She's very special to Scott for some reason, family, you know. But she has magical hugs. It can warm anybody, apparently. It might be just a nice thing he's saying to her, or it might be real. We don't know. But she's played by Liliana Moomey. If you know the last name Moomey, you know that she's the daughter of Billy Moomey. Bill Moomey from Lost in Space. So, yeah. There's some lots of classic character connections here. Star Trek and God knows so much else. It's a big production. Like I said, it's 14 years old. I can't believe this is 14 years old already. But it's it's great. I think they've recreated the set again from the first and probably the second film. And the special effects are decent. They're not horrible or anything. But yeah, it's mainly Martin Short's hair and acting that takes center stage. His Martin Shortiness. And of course he gets to wallow in his Canadianness too, at certain points when he plays along. It's great seeing him as a villain where he's being devious and just, I don't know, openly just weird. I mean, weirder than normal, but no, not even weirder than normal. He's weird in just about everything he's in, and that's, again, awesome. But yeah, it's an evil weird. So he's like a mustache twirling villain in a sense, which is, it's kind of cool. I like that. Yeah, it's, oh man. I did a lot of updates recently. Here we go. Load. Thank you. So yeah, it's a fun Santa Claus Christmas movie. If you can suffer through it, if it's the kind of thing you can enjoy in August, go for it. You know, I really should have checked this. I've been so busy, and it's so, sorry if I seem shiny, because it's really hot here, and in order to cut down on the amount of noise that's in the background here, I had to close the window directly behind me so there's no background noise. Come on. We're going to pick a number here, finally. Let's pick tomorrow's episode. Come on. 768. 624. I think we're still in the does. At this point, 624. Oh, hello. 624. We have a genuine classic on our hands here. This is the beginning of the Disney Renaissance. Welcome to The Little Mermaid. The original Little Mermaid from 1989. We're going to watch it. I haven't watched this movie in forever. Let's check it out and see how well it's aged. Let's get ready to kiss the girl. And all those other things that crabs sing about. All right. We'll see you back here tomorrow on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge.